Hello, all you big, beautiful brains out there. Today, we're going to talk about self-report inventories. Before we get started, take a minute to subscribe to Psy vs. Psy. Help out your friendly neighborhood psychologist while I tell you all about self-report inventories. A self-report inventory is really just a pretty fancy way of saying a survey. Self-report inventories ask you direct questions on your feelings or opinions, and then ask you to rate those feelings or opinions on a scale. Self-report inventories can be fantastic, but they also have some pretty big drawbacks. Let's talk about the positive side first. Top of the list is that self-report inventories, you get a lot of information really fast. Self-reports are easy to do and can condense information down so that it's pretty easy to digest. Very good self-report inventories can even build in lie detectors, where you ask the same question in different ways, or even the opposite question, to make sure someone isn't lying or maybe misread one of the questions. Self-report measures use standardized questions, meaning that participants all consistently get the same questions in the same way. Self-report measures are easy to give for researchers. Most of them are written tests where you can check a box or select a bubble, and they can be easily administered online. That means you can have research participants from all over the world and get a much broader view of whatever you're asking about. A lot of the best self-report measures are standards in psychological assessment and have been tested for things like reliability and validity, so that scientists can clearly see how what they are trying to measure stacks up against other experiments. It's probably because they are so easy to do for both the participant and the researcher that has made self-report inventories so popular. But just because something is popular doesn't mean it can do everything. Let's take a look at some of the negative parts of self-report inventories. For starters, they are self-reports, meaning that you're answering the questions about yourself. The plain truth is, not everyone is always going to answer honestly. And there's lots of different reasons why. Maybe participants are embarrassed about their answer, or they want to look good in front of the researcher. Maybe they want to under or over-report symptoms so that they have a chance at getting a particular diagnosis. Maybe they just didn't understand the question. Maybe they're bad at judging their own feelings or even taking the time to think through the issue. Maybe they're even just tired of bubbling in answers and aren't even really reading the questions anymore. When you let people answer just on their own without any kind of oversight, you have to expect that not all the answers you get back are going to be usable. Sometimes, participants might even just like a certain answer better, irregardless of the question. For instance, most of us find it easier to say yes instead of no. That's called a response bias. Participants are just looking at the answer they like better and not even answering the question. Also, self-report measures can sometimes contain what are called transparent questions, meaning that the participants can easily see through them to what the researcher is trying to study and then answer according to their own individual motivation instead of answering the question. For instance, they might give a more socially acceptable answer or an answer that they think the researcher or test administrator wants to hear. I once did this myself on a vision test, and those glasses, they were not good. Always be honest with your optometrist. If you want to get more insights into yourself, make sure you subscribe to Psy vs. Psy so you can get all of our other videos. Until next time, keep thinking, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!